Welcome back to Bridging the Gap. I'm now joining the discussion here with, first of all, Erin Patterson, who's running for County Council in District 4, and my First Lady here, Keisha James.
Back again?
Thank you both. Thank you both for being here. And I'm going to try my best not to overlap what y'all talked about. So can you real quickly let me know a little bit about you, Erin?
Let's see. Like I said, I was born and raised here. Grew up hunting and fishing with my grandfather.
Okay.
He was a renowned bow fisherman, actually, so bow hunting, and he would hunt stingrays from a boat. That was cool. Stingrays are delicious, by the way, but anyway.
Delicious? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I would say they're cute, not delicious.
We're going to try that. Okay. Well, that means you're an outdoor person.
Yeah.
Huh?
My mother also was homeschooled, so she was loved the outdoors because of him, and also I would be able to just do whatever I was interested in because she was strict on the schooling. Like, she did a really good job, but I got to actually go, like I said, do lobbying and actually hands-on stuff too, which was great. So.
Okay, lobbying. You said you did some lobbying, and I think I remember my wife was telling me a little bit about that. What kind of lobbying again was it?
When I was a teenager for Chesapeake Bay Voices Foundation, which is basically like protecting the waterways in Chesapeake Bay.
And that's important here in Wycomico, I can tell you that. I mean, myself, I'm from District 2 area, which is down Nanticoke Road, and a lot of our area down there is the water. And thank you. Now, what makes you want to get into politics?
It's been something I've been interested in since I was a kid. Kind of got waylaid because I had kids. And then I just started getting back into it. They had those messages go out like, oh, run for local office. And I was interested. I was like, well, yeah, you know what? I should. That's been my passion since I was little. I don't know why, it just is.
Interesting. I got a comment I saw on your campaign page that you said you weren't going to do much AI work out here, and you kind of been I guess they would call grassroots.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and it's actually worked. Here you are now. I mean, going towards a general election. How did you do that?
I'm not too sure. No signs, no money.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think it was just being relatable to people. Hopefully, that's what it was. Like for the AI thing, if I can't think for myself and I'm having somebody generate it for me, then how am I going to be able to think for a bunch of other people that elect me to do that? I feel like so.
That's a good response.
So it sounds like to me that you're not for these data centers they're trying to bring around.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Now, don't apologize. Okay? Because that's definitely probably, I think they actually put a hold on it yesterday for a year. Okay.
I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about eventually it's going to come down to the state forcing us, but I mean, I think we got to put up whatever kind of fight we can at least. But Delmarva Power is already gouging us.
You think?
And yeah, it's already overcharging. It's already terrible. And I don't really want to have to pay even more and then be told that I have to cut back on my power on peak times because I'm sorry, I'm the one paying for it. I should be able to use it how I want.
Absolutely.
I think we're free to do that, I would hope. And then also our water supply, our groundwater is not that great. We don't have deep aquifers. We're shallow. We're in the sand. And it just sounds like they're going to suck up water and power that we already can't spare. So.
Interesting. Thank you. Now, by the way, if you're elected, I think you'll be the second of female councilwomen there, along with Shani Shields. Do you see that as something that's going to be very important to be? I mean, because again, this county's not just men.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's good to have the representation, but I'm also a kind of person, I think, as long as they're doing what the people ask, then whoever it is as long as they're representing people, then other stuff doesn't matter as much.
Exactly.
Good answer. Now, you did say you have kids.
Yes.
So what are some of the priorities that you would like to see prioritized here in the county having kids?
I mean, our education funding and also just some changes in schools because working in it, I know what works and what doesn't. We need more mental health focus because that's just 85% of whether or not you do well in school is mental health. And also we're taxing these poor kids on testing scores, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. And actually, I can tell you, my wife and I, we do a lot of volunteering with the shelter. Right. And you're talking about mental health. Those poor kids that are at least, we do a lot with the Christian shelter, which is actually in your district or close to it. I think a lot of them go to Beaver Run. And these poor kids, they have to not only have to deal with the fact they're in a shelter, but then the bullying, and then on top of that, just a lot going on. So mental health issues are definitely in the schools. Do you think that we are proactive as it is on that, or?
I think we're doing the best we can right now, but like I said, there's not a lot of funding to cover more programs that are needed. right now, like for the Haitian community in schools, there's not a lot of translation, so it's really hard to explain things to them. It's unfortunate. Like we have great Spanish translation, but we just kind of lack on. It's hard to get for some reason, and like a lot of it is just a communication barrier, and the parents don't understand what's happening and why their child's upset, and that would make a big difference. And like you said, with the kids that are at the shelter, because they're so used to their environment being chaos that even if it's going well, they end up acting out and trying to make it go poorly because they're like, I don't understand this doesn't feel right. I'm used to being upset. I need to be more upset. So you can have a lot of reactive kids that when things are going great, they actually start to act out more. And then you're like, well, why is this happening? I thought I was helping him. And so we need more time for them to be able to like leave class maybe and just like reset and that kind of stuff. So
okay. Good answer. I know that the county council, I mean, that's one of the biggest priorities is education. However, again, I don't work in the schools, but I know that's a lot going towards building schools. Now, it's not just the building, it's building those that are in the schools that is going to concern there. So I don't know if that's more what you're focusing on other than actually building schools.
Well, I mean, it'll be pretty much funding for anything because we need now I think they just got approved an update for middle I believe, so that'll be good because that definitely needed one. And then there's a lot of, like I said, there are a lot of older buildings, they need updates.
Absolutely.
It's going to take time, unfortunately, but I'm excited to see what they do with my middle.
Okay.
My daughter will be there in 2 years. So.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, it's going to be definitely on your radar already. Now, let me also ask you this. You see a lot of things going on. I mean, if you watch PAC 14, which we're at PAC 14 now, you see a lot of times in our local government, there's a lot of fighting, a lot of bickering. How do you feel about that?
I mean, personally, I told her I try to stay out of it unless it's something as long as you're doing your job within the parameters that you're supposed to do, there shouldn't be any pushback because it's going to happen whether or not it's true, and I don't think you can change it by saying anything. And honestly, sometimes you might accidentally make it worse. So just ignore it, right? Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. It's like, especially if you know, like, maybe it's a lie that's been put out. The more time you focus on that, you're kind of making yourself look guilty because you're spending so much time trying to prove it. When you know it's not true, leave it alone.
Right, yeah, because otherwise it drains it back up.
Yeah, and a lot of times it comes down to people bring their national politics to the county level. You know, just because you have a D by your name or I have an R by mine or my wife has an I by hers doesn't mean that we can't all work together for the greater good of the county. Would you have a problem reaching across the aisle and talking to and working with Republicans or independents?
But that's the whole point. You're supposed to be able to work with everyone.
Right, yeah, and I mean...
Not just your party, because you're not going to be always around your party. You're going to be around people like us.
And this district has, 14,000 people, and it's about 50-50 on Democrat and Republican. So, it's going to be whatever the constituents are asking.
I actually have to correct myself. I said that if you win, that you're going to be possibly the second. It could possibly be three. I forgot there's also Mrs. Outen as well.
Oh, yeah, she's running for 7. So.
Okay, well, I almost forgot that. I want to correct myself there with that. Now, I also want to ask you this. As far as it goes with a lot of the things that have been tabled by the council.
Right.
I mean, you may go in there and there's so many things that are being put on hold. I mean, I actually heard last night they were like, or actually I've heard the executive saying they're trying to make sure they don't put too much on this council with a new council coming in. How do you feel about tabling so much stuff?
I mean, I understand sometimes it needs to be done, but I would prefer to hash it out and get results and something actually done.
But
I understand
certainly
sometimes
prioritize.
there are times
you definitely have to do
wait.
that.
Right, yeah. So it depends on what the issue is. Like, it's kind of a broad... It's always hard to answer that because that's broad. Because, I mean, it really depends on what it is. It could be something minor that, table it. But if it's something that's important and people are saying, I don't want to wait, I care about it now, then you probably should try to take it on.
Do what the people say. Hello, because that's who you work for.
Right, when I'm thinking about things like, last night we definitely tabled, or I guess you can say they put that, what do you call it, manual, whatever it is. Moratorium,
right,
thank you, on that. But there's other things like DAF tanks.
Yeah.
You know, those have been put on, they've been tabled for over 4 years.
Right,
And
see,
not,
that's excessive.
Exactly.
There comes a time where you have to work on something.
Yeah, you can't just keep pushing it off, because that just becomes an excuse to be like, oh, well, it's not our responsibility. Thought it was, but...
Well, and then another thing I've noticed a lot, there's too many clicks going on. I mean, as a independent thinker, will you be able to, granted, I know a lot of times within parties, there's a lot of things that you have meetings outside of these council meetings with those people that have your own party, but can you make a decision based upon what Erin has and not based upon the party?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think I've always had this, I kind of have an inflated sense of like what's fair and right, and I go off of that. I'm not going off of what anybody else.
We call that discernment.
We do call it discernment.
If it's fair, it's fair. That's the end of it, basically. So.
And you have also saw on your page that you said you were once a Republican, so you know both sides of the aisle. And then you converted over to being a Democrat. And truthfully, just being a leader, I really wish that a lot of things here locally was nonpartisan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because partisan politics always brings problems.
Right. I feel like
partisan politics problems.
That's a lot of peace.
Right. I feel like, I think it helps me kind of see both sides of what bothers people. Like I said, when I was 18, I registered as a Republican, like the day that was my birthday present to go register to vote.
Okay.
And then when I was, I did my political internship for Wayne Gilchrist when he had his little downtown office.
Ooh, wow, I remember that name.
It was a long time ago.
Not very long.
And then, I was a Republican. I mean, I wasn't like super duper right, but I was a Republican up until about 2016, and it got a little too much on the federal level. You know what I mean?
You talking about on the not local level of things.
But that's when I was like, I think I'll change over, because I just can't keep. Yeah, there's too much. It got nasty.
Okay. Yeah, politics can be nasty. I've learned that.
We've seen that.
Yeah, really. But again, this county has a lot of farmland.
Oh yeah.
It has. We have waterways, which you have did some lobbying for. How do you feel that the farmers are being treated and represented?
I think there's definitely some issues. I mean, my dad is not. He works for LessRec, so UMES, the research farm.
Okay.
So I see what some of the issues are with that, and then also just I think. Well, I don't know if I want to touch on this because it's more of a federal thing, but like the fact that they don't even own a lot of the seeds that they're planting is ridiculous.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a big thing, but that's more of a federal issue. But yeah, like it really comes down to like they're leasing more and more, and they're not really actually getting to own their farms, which I think is
interesting. And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Taxes or?
Well, I mean, I think it's just more so that the seed companies can kind of control who's doing what with their product. It's kind of it's a very, so that they get their most profit out of it instead of the actual farmer, basically.
So you feel like our farmers are being kind of slated or cheap?
Oh, yeah.
And so will you be an advocate for the farmers?
Yes.
Okay. Because I do know your district, which is also our district, does have some farms. We have some farmland down Old Ocean City Road and places like that. So, okay. How do you feel about law enforcement?
I mean, I support local law enforcement. I did the Citizens Police Academy.
Okay.
Now, technically,
we want to do that.
Right. It's great. I recommend it. I did the ride along and kind of ruined all their jobs for me, though, because I was like, I would really love to do this. But my kids are too little. I wouldn't get any sleep with the 12-hour shifts. There would be,
Okay.
No point.
You know?
But now, granted, technically, Wycomico County would be more sheriff's office, but I will contact them and see if I can do a ride along there too.
Hey, there you go, Sheriff Lewis. He's always got something to say, so check that out. But and the reason why I ask you that is because again, law enforcement and taking care of our boys and girls in blue is another priority here in this county. And when it comes budget season, which is always really one of those seasons, that's going to be one of the things on the table.
Right.
Do you see, what are your 3 priorities as far as on the budget, during budget season for the county?
Like I said, yeah, supported. Like I said, the school budgeting, then the police. Let's see, third. That's kind of hard to say because
nursing home.
Yeah, that one's kind of that. But that ends up being, because even if you have a different budget or privatizing, there's so many nursing homes that no matter what they are, there's abuse and other issues, and it comes down to the hiring process, I think, and maybe that needs to be revamped, but I don't know if I can touch that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got my own thought on whether or not the government should have a hand in the nursing home, but since we are taking care of our nursing home, I mean, you think that we need to have more oversight over our personnel there?
It seems like it, yeah. Okay. I think that's a major issue because it's more just individual employees than it is as a whole. Seems
sure. Well, I got to touch on this one because this has been a hot topic, at least within the last year or so. ICE within our county. Again, we do know what Annapolis says, and we don't know if that'll change after the election or not, but. How do you feel? Should we be maybe moving towards 287G, or do you think that? How do you feel about it?
I feel like, I mean, I support local law enforcement. It does seem like some federal overreach because there are actual cases where they're just plucking up somebody's grandma who, I mean, whether or not she's not here legally, she's not doing anything. Yeah. So, like, I understand. I think there needs to be some more. Because at the end of the day, my issue with it is a lot of people are like, well, this is the law, and I understand that, but most laws are arbitrary, and people can change them, and there are a lot of reasons that people support changing them. So I understand on both sides, people are like, well, I want to follow the law, but you know how many times the law has been changed? Some laws used to be pretty bad. So,
well, if you're going to be on our council, you're going to be actually working on the legislation and bring those laws in.
And also, most of my neighbors are Haitian or Hispanic. So, I mean, like, I don't want them to be afraid because there are a lot of, there's been a couple times in school where we've gotten paperwork for hearings in the kids' backpacks. That's a little alarming because they're not doing anything. Wow. Their parents, but they're not doing anything. They're 5 years old. So,
From what I understand from what it has been explained to me, 287G would stop like the grandma or the kids, you know,
knocking down
criminals,
like,
makes sense.
No, you just focus on the criminals at hand and stop barging into homes and wrecking families and scaring kids for no reason. So,
well, and I myself, I was talking to a minister who actually Pastor Larry Dunlap, who actually has the Department of Justice. He has a little department there that they actually try to help the immigrants that aren't. The paperwork isn't right to get it right.
Yeah,
right.
You know, I have found out that there are some cases where some are illegal, but they don't know they're illegal.
Right, and it's just some little technical thing.
Well, they trusted the wrong person who said, I'll help you to get, your citizenship, and then just... So it needs to be a case by case, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion. That's actually what I was doing at Gilchrist's office was immigration casework because it looked a lot different back then. But
so you would have the background for that also. That's a good thing to have.
Well, I'm actually impressed in the fact that you've been doing things within, like lobbying since you were a teenager. Like when you say a teenager, how young of a teenager?
I know 18 for sure, but I might have gone before. I was also like a legal adult, so I want to say at least 16 probably. So
awesome.
It's been
okay. I can say that.
So this is definitely your field of interest for real.
I can say this that I kind of started focusing a little bit on what's going on. The political realm when I was about 14. I used to watch a show called Family Guy, or not Family Guy. No, Family Ties. Family Ties. I'm sorry. And he really got me. Michael J. Fox got me started in it.
Because he was a Republican.
Well, he was just in politics, period.
And he was always dressed nice and stuff like that. So.
Okay, but you've been in it since you were about 16.
Yeah.
And did you just make the decision, or somebody say you need to run?
Well, they were setting out the run for local office, like little feeler things, and I was like, hey, you know what?
Why not?
Yeah, because I'm interested in it, and I'm finally, like I said, a lot of stuff kind of went to the wayside with little kids, so I'm finally getting back to the point where there's some free time.
Sure.
Right.
Awesome.
So it's a perfect time for you to get in, and not tearing down your opponent or anything, but I think you would do really well because you have a passion for it already. So. I pray things go well for you.
And again, she's speaking as an independent. And again, a lot of times, it is true. There's a lot of people who just vote their party line. But but there's a lot of independents here in Wicomico County. So, what would you say is your platform?
My platform, I mean, I hope it's not too vague, but I think it's just whatever actually makes the most sense and what is fair and like that solves the actual problem. So it's going to vary depending on what the most realistic answer would be to the issue. Like, hopefully it's not too vague, but like it really, everything's a case-by-case basis. So every time I ever have an interview, people are like, oh, how would you handle this in this situation? I was like, it depends on the child or the person or what's,
case by case.
Everything is different.
Case by case. All right, and I think I also saw on your campaign page that one of your biggest focuses is kind of making sure that your kids are in a better place where they're living at, which is always a good goal to have. I mean, and again, I'm not taking anything from either side. I mean, I do know Bobby, and he's a good guy, and you seem to be a good person. You know, I mean, what I would like to do is I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Leith eventually here, but I would love to have you both come in and then see how you both talk to you both about issues.
Right.
You know, because when it comes down to it, people need to listen to the person and not just say this person got an R by their name or this person has a D by their name and group you in. Do you want to be grouped in with other people or you just want to be that individual?
Yeah, I'd rather just
be for you.
Right. Okay.
I like that. And she also mentioned that she's going to be a part of the candidate forum down in Anticote.
Yes, I remember you did reach out to me. You would love to go down there and meet a lot of good people down there. And like I said, there's so much stuff going on. If you don't, if you're kind of to yourself, you'll never know what's going on. So every opportunity that you have to get on, and you say you do door knocking?
Greet.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, I have some. We got more literature coming on the way here. I've been in my little, slowly expanding from my neighborhood for now, which is right down there, Louise Avenue, Shamrock area, right in there.
Oh, I know exactly where it is, right down the street from us. I just find this really unique that you were able to not. I mean, I finally got an interview with you now, but I didn't. I interviewed Mr. Guy, and I mean, I think he actually he spoke to other people, but you have been really quiet. Yeah. And you won 51%.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I think for no money spent, no. Yeah. No, that's pretty decent.
I mean, was that just because you knew people? Or?
I don't honestly know. I think because I just wanted to be authentic, so I just talked about things that bothered me, and I said, I'm not going to be trying to sway any decisions with like fancy gimmicks. So,
I think just you being your voice, and you keep expressing the desire to do this. I think your faith may play a part in it. So you just keep reaching, and God is going to bless everything that you're doing because you're genuine.
Oh, thank you.
I have to say this also. It was really interesting to have two Erins at it.
An
Aaron and then an Erin. So I knew whoever won was going to be an Erin.
Yeah, the news called it the Battle of the Erins.
Is that what they called it? Well, now it's between you and Mr. Leith. And have you met him yet?
No.
He's a super nice guy. He really is. He owns Fat Boys Crabs. He's kind of out, and he shakes hands, kiss babies also. Right. But like I said, I would love the opportunity to sit down with both of you and discuss the issues. Here on Bridging the Gap, that's exactly what we're here to do, to bridge that gap. Because a lot of times, it gets ugly.
Right.
Political season is an ugly thing, and I would hate to see two people who are after, because I do believe, I have to agree with my wife on that you are about doing work for the people. And I do believe that about Mr. Leith. So I would love to have an opportunity to sit down with both of you. Before we end this segment, I just want to give you an opportunity to just look at the camera and tell people what's on your mind and what you would like to say to them.
Oh, goodness. Put on the spot. Let's see. Well, I'm going to try to fight for the issues that are important to this county. I want to try to preserve this county because it's a wonderful place. And I want everybody to be able to have the privilege to enjoy living here, which I know doesn't always happen, but we can try to fight for, more equality to do so. And I hope I have your vote this November. Oh, early voting is October, though, so.
Yeah.
22nd.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Erin, I want to thank you for coming on. And again, I want to also invite you to come back and maybe we can do a forum with both of you. Because I'd like to have a set of questions and ask you both because, like I said, the running of this county is very important. It should be important to all of us, but we're at council meetings a lot and we see the fighting, and I'm tired of the fighting.
Right, yeah.
I want to see more results this time around.
Nice.
Let me ask you just one last question. I don't know who's going to win for executive, but are you willing to sit down with either side and find out, talk about how you feel about the county and listen to what they have to?
Yeah, no problem for me. That's the whole job.
Right.
Well, a lot of times that doesn't happen.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people spend a lot of time talking and not listening, and probably what you wanted to hear was probably already said, but you were still talking.
Right, yeah. So.
Woo!
Right.
She's talking about me. She says that. But
maybe just a little bit.
But thank you once again for meeting with us, and we're looking forward to talking to you again. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to Bridging the Gap, and stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. Have a great one.